皆さん、こんにちは、こんばんは、MLB 翻訳忍者です。本日は、2024年1月27日に、米国で放送された大谷翔平に関するニュースのご紹介です。米国番組、カウルテリトリーでは、エンゼルスを取材していたジャーナリストのサラが出演していました。番組内では、大谷やトラウト、レンドンなど、口数の少ない選手が多い中、どのように取材していたのかと書かれていました。また、エンゼルスのクラブルームに入り始めた際には、大谷の取材ルールを教えられたようです。それでは、インタビューの様子を日本語字幕付きでご覧ください。
The last year, it's funny because I joined the beat in June 2022. And it was at kind of a weird time. They had just come off that 14-game losing streak. So I came into a clubhouse that I was unfamiliar with. The vibes were kind of weird. I was trying to get people to talk to me. No one really knew who I was. Coming into the 23 season, getting to see everyone from the start, like night and day, everyone was so happy. But then as the season progressed, it kind of just got to a point where it was like, I'm kind of tired. You guys are probably kind of tired. But still, witnessing the 23 season for all its highs and its lows was incredible. Just for me, a baseball fan and as a journalist, it was a privilege to be there.
That's a tough clubhouse though, because Otani doesn't talk, right? Rendon clearly doesn't talk. He no habla inglés, so he doesn't talk. And then Mike Trout, he's good, but he doesn't say a whole lot. He's kind of very cut and dry, which is fine. That's his choice, but when you cover the Angels, who do you go to? If you need a quote after a game, who do you go to and say, if I'm you, I go, okay, I want to talk to boom because he's going to give me a great quote.
It varies by game. It really depends on what all happened. I'm trying to think. I really like speaking to Mickey Moniak. He was super insightful. Zach Neto and Logan O'Hoppe, when they were available, both also very insightful. Trying to think. Aaron Loop, when it was relevant, also pretty insightful, candid. Carlos Estevez, also willing to be like open and candid. I think for the most part, a lot of the guys are open to speaking and are candid. It really just depends on what all was happening and I've tried to like walk the tightrope of, okay, if you had a bad game, I don't really want to, like, you're clearly upset. I don't really want to make it worse. So I kind of just want to give some space a little bit, try to approach gently. If it was a good game, you kind of just look around the room and try to see who's riding the high of like, oh my God, yes, everything. When I first got into the Angels clubhouse, one of the first rules I was told was, hey, Otani doesn't do one-on-ones, don't really speak to him. We say like hi and like casual like greeting, but that was about it. But there were many times that I would have loved to speak to him one-on-one or even just get some availability, especially that stretch after like August afterwards from last season, after he had gotten injured. It was rough trying to dance around what everyone else had to say about him without actually hearing from him. And I feel like a lot of the time it was like that, even from 22 and even before he got injured in 23. It's a lot of just dancing around what anyone else has to say about him without actually getting something from him until it's his turn to speak again. But yeah, no, the access part it confused me for a little bit until I was, all right, I guess this is what we're doing.
いかがだったでしょうか。口数の少ない大谷を取材するために、現地記者はいろいろ工夫をされているようですね。ドジャースの記者も大谷の声を直接聞けるよう頑張っていただきたいですね。本チャンネルでは日本人メジャーリーガーに関する現地ニュースを日本語字幕付きでお送りしています。よければチャンネル登録、高評価をよろしくお願いします。 また次回の動画でお会いしましょう。